to the platform. Laurice, Keogh, let's give it a hand. How are you doing? Yeah, tidy man.
Hello. Can you hear me okay? Cool. My name is Laurice Keogh. I'm 21 and from Swansea. Today I'm going to be talking about my journey to becoming a data analyst for Digital Health and Care Wales the NHS. I'm also going to dive a little bit into apprenticeships and the importance of them, and also how self-development has been key to really excelling in my career. I'm good. Okay, thank you. So yeah, to begin then, my love of technology. It really started when I was in history. My classroom teacher was also an ICT teacher, so he really encouraged us to get into the ICT room and use the computers. And he really encouraged us to look at art, how to make posters, online games, and yeah, my enthusiasm sort of came from there. I would rush home onto the family laptop. I would make my own posters. I had a rabbit at the time, so I'd go on Google Images, find nice pictures of rabbits, put them together, and show my family, and I'd feel really proud of myself. But at that time, I never really thought that it would be a career for me. I was very active. I liked swimming and dancing, so I thought I'd be an instructor for one of those. It was only when I got to comp that I really thought technology was my calling, really. I was very fortunate to have female role models for my GCSEs, and I think that really encouraged me into the profession. But the thing is, I didn't really want to go to university full time. I knew that wasn't for me. So I knew GCSE ICT would be my calling, and A-level would be my calling, but then I didn't know where to go after that. So what I decided to do was do work experience with the land registry. I really enjoyed it. I liked being in an office setting, and I really thought I could see myself in a civil service job. But it wasn't long after that a colleague from Digital Healthcare Wales and a family friend told me about apprenticeships with the NHS. And to be honest, I always thought that apprenticeships were for trades or for beauty. So to see them in IT, I sort of knew that's what I really want to do. So I did my A-levels, and I thought, right, I know what I'm going to do, that's my path. But then when I finished my A-levels, there weren't any opportunities available with Digital Healthcare Wales. So what I did was a summer internship. I did admin, and again, I really liked being in an office, I liked using the databases, and then 1 month into that, an opportunity became available, so I went for it. I had support from the college to make sure that my CV was up to date, and they gave me mock interviews, so I was very well prepped for the interview. The interview itself was quite funny, because they said to me, how do you know about this job? And I pulled out this battered leaflet from the drawer. And you'll know, well, I don't know if you can see it from that, to be honest, but it says NWIS, which is the NHS Wales Informatics Service, and that is the old name for the company, so it was very updated. But they quite liked that. They liked that I was keen and I had a genuine interest, and they said to me, well, you obviously know this is what you want to do, but what if you don't get the job? I said, well, if I don't get the job, I'll be coming back, because I know that this is my calling. So then, moving on to the apprenticeship. I'm doing the apprenticeship with the University of Wales, Trinity St David, doing the Data and Information Systems course. I started in October 2021 and started the university in January of 2022. By April, I was awarded the Apprentice of the Year. This was for my commitment to learning and also to improving the website. The website sounds a bit of a strange one, being a data analyst, but when I joined, I didn't have any technical skills, so I got put into different projects. And since then, I've really developed in my skills. So I've been able to learn SQL, different programming languages, and within 2 years, I was able to promote to a data analyst position. And it took me 3 attempts, which getting told that you were successful in a job is gutting. But when you put it into perspective, I was able to get this position only 2 years into my 4-year course. And I was up against people that already had their degrees, their masters, and some people had PhDs. So it really goes to show that apprenticeships can fast track your career. Moving on, I just wanted to mention what Digital Health and Care Wales does. I'm really proud to work with the company, contributing to Welsh healthcare. Digital Health and Care Wales is able to make sure that the outcomes for healthcare in Wales are the best they can be. Being a data analyst, I've worked on many projects, looking at hospital wait times, length of stay. I've even looked at how cystic fibrosis is measured and recorded. So what the patients are asked to do is fill out how they found their medication, whether it's affected their physical, mental health and their well-being, and from there we can see which drugs are having the most positive effect. Another project that I worked on is the one that's on the board. This is the lymphedema PROM dashboard, PROM standing for the Patient Reported Outcome Measures. This is another similar thing where patients are asked to fill out their experiences, and this one got taken to America, Glasgow, and the PROMS World Conference. So it was really good to have my name on something so early on in my career, because I was still an apprentice at this point. So yeah, and then moving on to a little side note, I also do pageants, which seems a little bit of a massive sidetrack. But I think it's important to talk about because you can be analytical and you can be feminine. So on the right is me at a training day. I really think pageantry has helped me in my confidence, because when I was in school I sort of thought, well, if I keep my head down, keep to myself, no one's going to judge me, I can't say anything wrong, and I'll be let alone. But it was a bit of a silly mindset. I don't know where it came from, but when I was 16 I entered Miss Wales and it sort of got me out of that a little bit. The middle is from the first day of the weekend, so just to explain it a little bit. The first day is an empowerment day with a motivational speaker. He encourages us to dance into the room like nobody's watching, walk on glass and chop a wooden board, which, fingers crossed, it plays. Yeah, so there we go. So that's the first day, it really gets you in a positive mood. And then moving on, I've got some clips from the weekend. So the second day, the blue dress is from the ball, so we rehearse all day and then we sort of chill out in the night. The middle picture is from rehearsals on the day of the final, and the final video is me walking on stage. And I got around to doing the competition at 18 because of lockdowns. So I was a finalist for a long time, and we got involved in lots of different projects in the community. I think it really, really helped my confidence. And I was able to use social media as a platform. It was around the same time that I was starting my apprenticeship when I competed. So they sort of go hand in hand, and when I talk about one, I always talk about the other. So yeah, that's a little sidetrack. And then you can enjoy these lovely photos of me. I think I look really nice at the bottom. But basically, Miss Wales takes you, really encourages you to take every opportunity and push yourself out of your comfort zone. And now I say yes to every opportunity that's put my way, because why not? And really pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I did this skydive last October. I did it for Make-A-Wish, and I raised over £500 for the charity. It was really scary, but really rewarding. I loved it. You could tell by the third picture along, I was on a bit of a high. But yeah, oh, and this one, I look like I've just knocked the instructor out with my hair. A nice note. And yeah, back to promoting apprenticeships, obviously with my social media, I've been getting a lot of messages from people that I used to be in school with saying, you know, I don't really like the path that I've chosen, how do I get to do an apprenticeship? So it's really impactful to start sharing the knowledge that I've got over the years of doing an apprenticeship with other people and help them along in their careers. I've attended colleges, schools, universities as well, just to talk about not only Digital Health and Care Wales and what they do for Wales healthcare, but also just apprenticeships in general, because for me, so when I had my apprenticeship, when I went to do the Data Analyst position, the apprenticeship became available, but only 3 people from the whole of Wales applied, and now this is a work from home job. And I just thought that was crazy, because anyone in Wales could do this, it doesn't matter what age you are. And for 3 people to apply, I just think there's a real gap, and I want to go into schools and really try and bridge that gap, because I never had anyone come into school and say you should do an apprenticeship. I never even knew it was an option. So yeah, I'm trying to raise awareness really in schools. And then that sort of brings me on to an important message, the gender diversity in STEM. We know that the STEM fields are essential for our future, especially in Wales. Women are able to bring a unique perspective that can fuel innovation, solve complex problems, and drive the kind of change that we need in the world. It's a fact that more diverse teams do better. And I can see firsthand working in a STEM subject that it's still very much more male dominated. I was very lucky with GCSE and A-level because all of my teachers were female, and I think that really encouraged me into the field. I didn't see that there were any barriers, but it's become very prevalent now when I'm in university, because on the data stream there's 8 people, 2 are female. Doing IT, there's 50 students and only 5 are female, so I know that not everyone was as lucky as me to get those representatives in their lives, so I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done with representation. And then my final point is really about just being you. So Kev touched a little bit on me doing S4C, and I think it's really important that you can be a lot more than just analytical and problem solving as a woman in STEM. You can also be creative. So being on S4C, sharing my culture and heritage, something I really love to do, and you don't have to be put in a box. There is no box, brick box. Obviously, yeah, being in my job as well, it's not all about the analysis, it's also about presenting data, and I really enjoy, using colours and adding personal flair to projects. So, yeah, my message is sort of just be you. And that brings me to closing, and I'd like us all to think about how we can break down societal barriers that are holding women back. And as we celebrate International Women's Day, let's remember that there's no one path to success. We each have a unique journey, but together we can bring a world where women in STEM are not the exception, but the rule. Thank you.